Trucks Outlet. He talks all things trucking. Now let's get rolling.
How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another edition of the Lead Pedal Podcast. This is episode number 955, and today is a new month. You know what happens in a new month? That means we get there and we tell you what's happening. So we got a lot of stuff changing for the month of April. Happy Easter to all of you that are celebrating. I guess everybody's celebrating. I don't know how that works. I think it's all over the world. I get confused. Do you get confused with all of these different holidays and who's celebrating who? Anyway, I do for sure. Anyway, happy Easter, everybody. And today we're going to give you some information on what's going on our new road tour we set up for 2023. What's going on with Lead Pedal Radio. Got a whole bunch of changes there, guests, events, and more. So stay with us, and we'll be right back after this. Hey folks, you know that Bison raised their rates at the beginning of the year for owner-operators and for company drivers. And I gotta tell you, it has been so successful that they wanted to let you know exactly how much their drivers are making. That's right, they have significantly increased the base rates for their teams. So owner-operator teams can earn up to $360,000 per year. That's right, you heard me say that right, $360,000 per year. Company team drivers can earn up to $120,000 per year per driver. That's right, per driver. That's some big numbers, right? They have a wide variety of Canada-only dedicated team positions available for folks to choose from, and Bison has a steady freight to keep the teams moving. So if you want to significantly increase your base rates, then you want to make sure that you sign up for that. Now, Bison has also increased the base rates for owner-operators. Owner-operators running Canada-only can earn up to $185,000 per year. They have a wide variety of Canada-only positions for owner-operators to choose from, and Bison has a steady freight to keep the owner-operators moving. So where can you learn more about all of these things? I mean, you know, $360,000 for owner-operator teams, $120,000 for company driver teams, and owner-operators running by themselves can earn $185,000 per year. Canada only, folks, that is incredible. Well, the best place to go is to go to bisondriving.com. And while you're there, while you're talking to the team, would you let them know that you heard about it from the Lead Pedal Podcast? Hey, good luck there. You're going to make some great money working for one of the safest fleets in North America. All right, everybody. So, welcome back, and let's get on with the show, shall we? We got lots of stuff going on, and that starts with what's new, what's going on new with the podcast. We've got some great stuff happening with the podcast, as always. As you know, in January we went to a daily show, and that was important for a lot of things. I've had some people comment and say they're really enjoying our Turn Back Tuesdays, which is kind of a short history episode on the podcast. It's been really great. We've had some great sponsors stay with us and come back on this year, so things are really exciting as far as the podcast goes. So we switched to a daily show. And I'll tell you what we need, folks. I'll tell you what we really need. We are low. The reason we're low is because it's wintertime. But we are low on featured trucks. We're going through trucks like crazy. So if you want to get your truck featured, and I got to tell you, the way it happened the last few years, we've done this for 3 years in a row now, where we've taken the featured trucks for each year and showcased them into having our fan club vote on them, and then the winner has been getting the last one. They each been getting T-shirts. They've been getting swag from us for winning. They've been getting an interview. They get their truck featured as well. And so last year it was Trevor Neal with Anderson Haulage won for his beautiful Peterbilt that he has there, and he got it. We did a custom design, one only design for him. He got a free shirt, he got a free mug with his design on it, a free picture that was sent to him, and he was featured all over the place. So that's what you get if your truck wins out of the 52 vehicles that we do every Friday. There's a featured truck. It could be it doesn't have to be a tractor trailer. It can be we feature pickup trucks. We try to stay to trucks, although we've had the odd car in there too, which is pretty cool. But if your vehicle's featured, we can vote on that. So we're looking for some. We're kind of short. We'll get more images and stuff as we get out on the road. We know that, but we've got a couple months before we start our road shows. So we just thought we would let you know if you want to feature your truck. You can send it to leadpedalpodcast@gmail.com is probably the best way to get all of that going. All right, so that's the podcast. So the podcast is going really well. We also have some sponsor spots available. If you would like to become a sponsor for the podcast, then hey, give us a shout. Send us an email to leadpedalpodcast@gmail.com. We could talk further about that. All right, okay, so people awesome. Boy, I'm having trouble speaking this morning. People often confuse what we do because we do so many things. We have a lot of different services. We have a few different businesses, and it can be confusing as to what Lead Pedal does. At the core of it, it's education, entertainment, and event coverage, and that's what we really, really do. And for those of you that are entrepreneurs, you probably heard that it's education, entertainment, and community, and we have that too because we have a fan club which we really love. But we are all about educating business and careers for the driving community, and hopefully we've been helping you improve your career. People are always, I find people are not listening the way they should be. And I'm not talking about the podcast. I'm talking about the information's out there, folks. If you are not, you should be at the top of your game. It shouldn't be hard to be at your top of the game in trucking. And if you're not listening to podcasts or educating yourself something further, I got to tell you, you're going to get left behind. A lot of people don't realize that, but not only the way technology is changing our industry, but the way people are changing our industry. And the roles in the industry will be changing as we get along further with autonomous vehicles and all that kind of stuff that's coming down the pike. And so, if you are not keeping yourself on the top of your game, and I can vouch for you that every time you change your game, that you get more education or whatever, it opens up opportunities that you may not have known. There's no way I would have been doing this, after 15 years of leaving the truck and thinking I'd be in media and podcasting. I didn't even think about it. So, I would urge you to keep yourself educated. I like to listen to podcasts while I go to the gym, so you're improving your body and your mind at the same time. But whenever you like, some people like to do road time. I like road time too, but I'm always worried about traffic, so I'm still big on local radio as far as traffic conditions and stuff. But you need to know what you're doing, and you need to know, you need to make yourself better. The days of sitting there and just saying, okay, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life are gone, my friends. And there's lots of opportunities. There's lots of positions. Everybody's retiring, getting older. There's lots of opportunities opening up, but you've got to be ready for them. And if you're not educating yourself or being ready for them, then you are really missing out on what your life actually may hold in the future. So our podcast hopefully is helping you with that, and with education. That's our goal, is to help you have a better career and a better business, whether you're an owner or operator or not. So we got some new stuff coming up on Lead Pedal Radio. I'm going to get into that next. We have had to do a whole change up on our lineup, and the reason is we've had a couple shows that are canceling as of the end of March. We had one show that was trialing for a couple months, found that it wasn't able to keep up with the workload that goes into producing a radio show. Another show, which you guys have known, Trucker Radio, has been going since the beginning of time, basically. It's 17 years they've been around, Stan and the gang, and they're a syndicated radio show that goes out to a lot, and they have ended as of the end of March. So that's it. But don't worry, we interviewed Stan, so look for an episode coming up here very shortly, and you'll see Stan and I have a little chat about what he's going to do next. And trust me, he's not going anywhere. He still loves radio. He's been in it his whole life, and he's still doing well. So listen for that to find out what he's up to. That's coming up, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in guests as we go forward. But our radio station is changing. LPR Live, if you're used to listening to me on LPR Live on Wednesday mornings, that is moving to Tuesdays, and that's moving into Trucker Radio spot. So that's going to be Tuesdays at 11 a.m. is when that show's going to air. So we've got some shows that are leaving, so we're spreading them out. So each show has a day. It will repeat multiple times throughout that day. And hopefully that's going to help you have a great, get some great information. We are expanding some of our music shows, so you're going to see more music in the morning. And we kind of kept the morning for talk shows, but we're going to have even more music in there. We have a new show that's starting up, which if you've been part of our LPR New Song Showdown on Thursday nights, we get set music all the time from all the different labels across the world. And we feature them on our show, New Song Showdown, which plays on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. And basically, out of those, probably about 10 to 15, maybe 20 songs are featured. We kind of give a little bio about the artist and introduce them, and just introduce them to your music. And the ones that we like, the top 5 that we like, end up on our station. And so that goes about every other week is a new show. We've got to sometimes wait for music to come in. It goes by when labels send us music, so it's not every single. But the weeks that we don't have a new show, there's a replay on, so you can always go and hear that. So there is a show every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Our trivia night, as you know, at the beginning of the year, changed to 7 o'clock. That's been going well. We're playing for different charities. We've been playing for Special Olympics, Trucking for a Cure, and a number of others. So join us on Monday nights at 7 o'clock on our Facebook page. But LPR Live, that's where I was going. So that moved to 11 o'clock on Tuesdays is where that's going to go. And so you'll be seeing that. The first week might be a bit of a jumble because we've got some shows that are kind of just ending. And but you'll see that as a regular thing on Tuesday. So check out our lineup, our new lineup. We've got some great new designs. As you know, we've been having designs. We've been releasing a new design every month. So January was Cab Over Crazy. It was a Cab Over t-shirt, mugs, all that kind of stuff. And then we did one which was Trucker Driven, which was all about with a Peterbilt, and that was also released as a show, a mug, tumbler. And then also we had one when on our one in March was Too Cool for School, which had a Kenworth on it and a whole bunch of stuff on it. And that's available on shirts, water bottles, and all kinds of stuff. And we just released one for April, which is our cool one. And that one's show specific. That's for our Tropical Days show. And that's available on women and men's shirts, beach bags, beer mugs, all kinds of stuff. So you can see as we're releasing these designs. Now we're trying to figure out a best way to have them on social media as well, so that you can just click through on whatever platform you're on and go to us. So we're working that out. You'll see more of that coming up. But every month we release a design and you can buy it. But if you're a fan club member, some people are winning it. We usually give away. So you want to become a fan club member. We haven't done once a month we do a fan club draw, and the next one will be probably around February 9th or April 9th. Sorry, April 9th. Probably be the next one if you're listening to this the day of. So get in the fan club. You can join anytime. There's no cost to be in there. And you may win some free swag. And we're going to get into that. So let's talk about the tour. That's right. We have a new tour coming up. As you know, we did Professionals of the Highway tour one year. We did that 2 years. We did a Professionals of the Highway tour just of what people thought were good for what's going on in the industry. What do you think makes a professional driver? The second year we did that as well, but we did it focused on charities. What charities are truckers working on? Last year we had our Lead Pedal Tailgate tour. We went around in a new pickup truck that we just had all done up, and we were going around doing that. So we were that. And this year we haven't really got a name for it, but I'm going to call it just the Lead Pedal Road Tour, because we are going on the road. And that's right, you're going to see us you'll see us at a lot of places. So our road tour is going to be starting basically in May. We're going to be at Expo Cam. So if you see us around at Expo Cam, come by and say hi. Maybe we'll do an interview with you. Some places we will have swag, some we won't. But come and see us. You never know what we're going to have at the time. So we're at Expo Cam in May. In June, we're at PMTC, but that's not going to be necessarily that's not an open show. But the next one after that is going to be we'll be at Great Canadian Truck Show, which is happening mid-July. That's going to be our second tour. In June or July, probably early June, we may end up at Chrome Supply Warehouse. Chrome Supply Warehouse is always on the tour. We're just not sure what date we're going to be there, but we probably will be there in June. So I'm thinking, Expo Cam's the end of May. Chrome Supply, we will have to move. Anyway, so we got Expo Cam. We've got the Great Canadian Truck Show mid-July. We've got the Big Rigs Truck Show in St. Thomas. We're going to be there for sure. That's going to be in August. And then we're going to be at the Special Olympics Convoy in September. Now, somewhere we're in there, we're going to have a Chrome Supply stop in Belleville. Just not sure where that's going to be. So, and we may have some others, but that is the tour. So the tour idea this year is to just go around And last year, the tailgate tour was just about having some fun, playing some music. As you know, we do DJ and all of that. This year, there's going to be a special focus on building community. We want to build community with you guys. And we are also hoping to have one at the end of October. And that's going to be a fan club live event. So there's our tours. There's our roadshow tour stop. Oh, we're going to be at Iowa 80. Sorry, I didn't mention that. In the beginning of July, we're going to be at Iowa 80 truck show. So watch for us there. So we got Expo Cam in May. We've got the Iowa 80 show beginning of July. We've got the Great Canadian Truck Show mid-July. We've got the Big Rigs Truck Show in August. We've got the Special Olympics in September, and then at the end of October, probably beginning in November, we're going to have a fan club show. Not a show, but a fan club meet and greet. All right, so that's our show. We'll be putting this out on the calendars. You'll see more about it. That's just to let you know we are going on the road. So look for the Lead Pedal Media pickup truck. That's one thing. Come over and say hello. Let us know you're a fan club member. We may have some free swag for you, and hopefully we're building community. That's what this one is all about, building community. We want to tighten up our community. We love you guys, and we appreciate all the support for everybody, and that's what we're going to work on. So that is what we're got going on for coming up as far as our tour and change of schedule. And when we come back here, I'm going to when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the guests we got coming on for the month of April. So stay tuned.
Hey drivers, are you getting tired of trying to update that old PDF paper resume that you have? You want to apply to different companies. Maybe you want to show off some of the stuff you've had, like the trucks you've driven or pictures or whatever. You know what? You can't do that on a resume anymore. But you can do that at Driver Verify. Driver Verify is a platform that allows you to create your own unique profile and share your expertise easily with potential employers, insurance companies, anybody that you wish. This thing is so slick. You'll be able to update it. It's free to try. And you know what? Now you've got something that can be updated. You don't have to go back and wonder, where did you put that paper copy? The cool thing is, companies can get this as well. And you know what? One of the best ways to find new employment, find things that are really cool for you, is by a company searching you out as opposed to you searching out a company. So why not try Driver Verify today? All you got to do is go to driververify.com and give it a try. It's free to try. You can create a free profile, and you can even get a free report. And by the way, if you were talking to the team over at the Driver Verify, make sure you tell them. All right, everybody. Talk to you soon. See you on the day.
All right, there you go. So let's get into some of the guests that we got coming up for the month of April, because we got some great guests coming up, and we don't want you to miss an episode. So if you're not subscribing to the podcast, my friends, you are missing out, and that is not something that you want to do. So let's check out some of the guests we got going up. Okay, right now you're listening to our show April 3rd, if you're listening to the day that it was released. And hey, before I get into the guests, let me tell you something else I forgot to tell you new, is that our podcast, we started mid-March, we started releasing them on YouTube as well. Now, we've never done that before. I've never been a big believer on just putting out the full podcast episode on YouTube, because I'm thinking, who's sitting there and listening to YouTube? But here's what's happening. YouTube changed their thing, and they're starting they've got a new podcast, what do they call it? Podcast playlist, I guess it is, or they're trying to get into the podcast space, and so they're really promoting podcasts. And so we've started using that to see how it goes. There's been some good views there. I'm surprised, because I'm going, who's sitting there listening? But I think people just have it on the background, and YouTube is something that people are already on. So if you want to listen to our full shows, go to our YouTube channel, and you can just catch out the Lead Pedal podcast playlist, and you go there. Now, we just started a couple weeks ago, so we've got 950 shows right now. We only got like 10 on that playlist, so they'll be added out every day as they're released. And as you know, we're a daily show, so that's 5 a week. We didn't bother going back and adding all 190 shows, but we are planning on hitting 1,000 shows this year, and we're really looking forward to that. So, all right, back to guests. Let me get on with the guests here. I'm not going to go through all of the, yeah, okay, I will. I wasn't going to go through all of the episodes that are just like the Turn Back Tuesdays and stuff, but maybe I will. So episode number 956, we're going to be talking about the first woman driver. Episode 957, Stan Campbell joins me, and we talk about the end of trucker radio and what he plans on doing next, and that should be very exciting for Stan. I think he's got a lot of things in the work. Episode 958, we have our lead pedal Q&A, and so a student I had said, "Why should I care about reading maps?" And I let you know why. We feature a Joseph truck here for episode 959 from fan club member Johnny Fournier, and we deal with Brent Hutto of Truck Stop. And Truck Stop is a way of helping owner-operators with the business side and loads and all of that kind of stuff. And Brent was really great. He's been in the industry forever. We had a really good chat. So that's episode number 960. Episode 961, we're going to talk about when the first electric truck came out. And episode 962, we recapped the mega job fair for you. We were at the Trucking Network, had their mega job fair in March. It was a big event, some cash prizes awarded, and a lot of funny stuff going on. So we're going to recap that for you in episode 962. 963, how do you gain experience as a new driver? That's right. We've had some comments from people on YouTube about how do you get experience as a new driver. We'll answer that for you. Episode 964, we've got a great GMC pickup truck that was at a music and motor show we did a couple years ago, and we decided to bring that out of the archives for you. Episode 965, we talked to Terry Reinhardt from Fleet Defender about how to protect your fleet from cybercrime. And this was a really interesting one. I can't believe this was really crazy as far as doing that, of thinking of what can happen in cybercrime with our trucks. That was a little kind of a wake-up call. Hopefully it will be for you when you listen to that episode. Episode 966, when was the first dump truck created? Hey, we've seen some up at the old shows there in up north, and we'll let you know what happens there. Fleet Safety Council had their spring seminar, which was on BLT. And no, we're not going to be teaching you how to make a BLT sandwich. Brakes, lights, and tires were the focus of this one, and we'll be sharing some information and recapping that event for you there for sure. How do I get a DZ license? Should I get a DZ license is one of the questions that came across our social. And so we'll be talking about whether you should be getting a DZ or an AZ, or how to upgrade it if you want to. We got a great Canadian pickup truck. This thing we saw at Motors and Music, and you won't believe it when you see it. So I'll just leave that for you. We'll feature this again. It's got a real great Canadian theme. I should probably be saving this for our Canada Day celebration, but we'll see you there. We talked with you ever heard of lease to own called the Never Never plan? That's right. We've heard about them. There's still a few going on, and we talked to Kevin Nadia about that in episode 970. We saw him at a recent job fair. And when did trucking become an industry? That's right. You ever wonder when the trucking industry actually got created? We'll be talking about that on our Turn Back Tuesday episode. 972, we got some hot topics for you. We'll tell you what's been hot in the month of the month of April in the trucking industry, and what we've talked about on LPR Live. And how many months will it take to become a truck driver is one thing that was asked on our YouTube channel from a listener, and we'll be sharing that information with you in our Lead Pedal Q&A on episode 973. Episode 974, we got a great 1929 Ford A-panel delivery van to show you, and that will be coming out for sure on episode 974. So that rounds out our month of great guests that we've got coming up, and we hopefully will see you. If you've got a great idea for a guest, let us know, because we would love to hear from you and hear what you're interested in learning about, and whether it's a topic or a guest or something like that, just let us know. We always want to know what's going on. So, all right, we'll come back right after this, and we'll talk all about events. Hey, folks, have you heard about Driver Check and the services they offer? They have amazing services specifically for the transportation industry, along with many other industries. They have alcohol and drug testing, occupational health services, hearing protection, fit testing, and a whole lot more. They are a leader in how to handle cannabis in the workplace, and also how to handle COVID in the workplace. And you do not want to miss their great event that that they have each year, the annual Fitness for Duty Summit. So where can you learn more? Where can you get information in order to keep your workplace safe? Well, go to drivercheck.ca. And when you go there, if you meet the team, please let them know that the Lead Pedal Podcast sent you. Thanks very much, and we'll see you later. All right, so let's get into some of the events that we've got going on and see if you can keep up to date with all the stuff going on. Now, remember, these events are subject to change on their own, so I always encourage you to go to the actual event website to make sure that things are on. And even though sometimes that doesn't really change things at all either. So, all right. So probably you just, if you went down, you just come back from Matt's Mid-America Truck Show was this last weekend. Doesn't it kill you when you aren't going to an event and you see everybody else go? It's like you're really missing something. All week long it's been, hey, the trucks are rolling in, and hey, we're here, and people taking selfies, and oh man, it's a real killer if you're not going. We had a good time down there last year, but you can only do so many shows in a year, and we had to pick and choose, and we decided to do Iowa 80 this year. So the next event we got on the docket is the National Recruiting and Retention Symposium with Transrep. That's going to be held at Lions Head Golf and Country Club in Brampton, Ontario, April 27th, 2023. We will be there for that. We'll be covering the event for you. Actually, I am a panel. I'll be on the panel presenting and asking the questions. Jeez, do I do that before or not? Anyway, you can learn more about that at transrep.ca. Hamilton Transportation Club's having their spring address, and that's going to be a great dinner event on May 4th at the Waterfront Banquet Center, Hamilton, Ontario. You can learn more about that at hamiltontransportationclub.com. That's a great event. I'll be there, so come by and say hello if you happen to see me. Large Cars and Guitars Truck Show, May 6th, Kodak, Tennessee. That's the one put on by Tony Justice, and you can go to largecarsguitars.com to learn all about that. International Road Check, May 16th to May 18th. Get ready. They're going to be focusing on brakes, lights, and tires like everybody else. And you can learn more about what's happening there at cvsa.org. Folks, you should not be surprised. You should, your fleet should be ready. If your fleet is not ready for this, and this is an annual event that goes on all the time, I don't know what you're doing, but you shouldn't be doing trucking. Woodstock Truck Show has decided to come back with their show on May 27th, 2023, and that's in Woodstock, Ontario, at woodstocktruckshow.ca. That same weekend, May 25th to 27th, is Expo Cam, and Expo Cam is, of course, put on by Newcom. They go from Toronto one year to Quebec, so they will be there. So go to newcom.ca to learn more about that one. And let's see, PMTC is having their spring golf tournament May 30th, 2023. They always have this, so those of you that like to golf, get out there. PMTC.ca is where you can register for that. They're also having their annual conference in Hamilton, Ontario, June 21st to 23rd, 2023. PMTC.ca. You can register for that one. We will be there, so we're going to have a whole interview room set up for that, so we're looking forward to seeing everybody there for sure. Trucking Network Mega Job Fair, June 30th, 2023, Kitchener, Ontario, is what we were told. Actually, I'm not sure that one's happening because I think they're going out to Alberta. They've got their, we'll have to change that, but I believe they're going out to Alberta. They're having a June truck show. So it's not Kitchener, Ontario. That'll be out in, I think, Edmonton, Alberta. Anyway, go to the Trucking Network Events.ca to learn all about that show. Antique Spring Truck Show, usually in Teeswater, Ontario. We haven't heard any more about that. River City Truck Show has changed, and they are not, I don't think they're having theirs this year. I think they've partnered with another one. We haven't heard any more about that. Of course, Clifford Truck Show will be on July 1st to July 3rd up in Clifford, Ontario, at GreatLakesTruckClub.com. And of course, that's where we get a lot of our shows, so we look forward to. I'm hoping to get up there one of those days. 519 Loud and Proud Truck Show, Mono, Ontario, July 7th. That is a wonderful show. We're not going to make it this year because we are going to be on our way out to Iowa. But that one is a great show. I'd encourage you to go if you're in the area. That's Mono's just north of Orangeville, Ontario. You can learn more at 519loudandproud.com. Burlington Car Show. It's usually put on that same weekend, July 7th, burlingtoncarshow.ca if you like cars. Walcott Truckers Jamboree, Walcott, Iowa. That's the one we're going to be at July 13th, July 15th, 2023 at the Iowa80truckstop.com. That's the Trucker Jamboree, and we're looking forward to that show. Shenandoah is going to be one of the headliners there, so we're looking forward to seeing that for sure. Great Canadian Truck Show, Grand Bend, Ontario, July 22nd to, actually, I think it's the 16th. I'm not sure if it's 22nd to the 23rd. Hold on, let me check, because I just got a poster from them, and I want to make sure. I better make sure I have it in my book the same way, or we're going to be in trouble. Maybe we won't be there. I don't know. We're hoping to be there. That's for sure. Let me see. I just had it the other day in my. Here we've got it in our poster. So it is July 21st, 22nd. Whew, had that right. Anyway, that's a great one here. It's going to be in Grand Bend at the Grand Bend Motorplex. They got free truck show admission, barbecue Friday evening, pig roast Saturday evening, sponsored by Joseph and Contrans. Show and shine participants set up for July 21st. We are going to be there for sure. And a whole bunch of other show sponsors like Tricorp, Joseph Contrans, ourselves, Flash, everybody. It's always a great show. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. Glad I got the date right, because I was getting a little nervous on about that one. Anyway, they have a Facebook page if you want to learn more. Go to facebook.com/Great Canadian Truck Show, Grand Bend Motorplex. Rodeo de Camion is on in Notre Dame du Nord, Quebec, August 3rd, 2023. Great show. Haven't been to that one. We really need to get to that one. That's one of those shows that haven't that we keep missing due to other things. Now, here's a new show that came up, and I'm not sure why they came up this weekend, but Grey County Truck Show is in Southgate, Ontario, which is kind of north of Orangeville, I believe, and they're having it August 11th to 13th. Now, this is a new show come up, and I think they're part of River City. I know they were part of the River City Truck Show last year, so I'm not sure if they've partnered up and doing that. You can go to their Facebook page at Events Grey County Truck Show 2023. Athens Truck Show is usually held that same weekend there in August, August 11th, 13th, 2023, and that's in the Brockville area. Now we got the St. Thomas Big Rig Show, and just let me pull this up because I've got to make sure I got the information right on this one here. Let me see where this is because I just got it sent to me a while ago. Trying to keep up with all of these events is kind of a challenge sometimes, but we're getting there. Let's see. I want to make sure I've got the right week, the right date. The dates all fall together in August. Come on, Bruce, find that. I can't find it right now. Where did it go? Maybe I just saw it on our Facebook page or something. Anyway, I believe it is the August 14th weekend, or August 20th weekend, sorry. Is the one here. Where is it? Let's get it right, folks, or we won't get it at all. That's the way it works here. All right, let me try another thing here. Give me one more second before I get off it. I'm sorry for that. I just want to make sure I got the right spot here. Do I have the right spot? We never know. We never know. All right, this is at St. Thomas Dragway in St. Thomas, Ontario. This is always a really good show. So if you're not in, okay, here we go. Big Rig, August 18th, 19th. I knew it was around the 20th. So August 18th, 19th, they got drag racing, massive show and shine vendors and displays. So this is a really good show, probably one of our favorites. And that one goes to help Trucking for a Cure, which is one of our charities that we help out as well. So make sure you get into that because that sounds like it's going to be a great show. I need to update our list here too. Truck Driver Appreciation Week is happening September 5th to 10th in 2023. We're going to be at Bison doing a radio show, live radio show from there that week. So looking forward to seeing that as well. Truck Driver Appreciation Week in the States is September 12th to September 17th. And the Seaforth Truck Show is usually around September 10th. So, that's up in Seaforth, Ontario, so check that up. Special Olympics Ontario Truck Ride, September 16, 2023, Paris, Ontario. We're going to be there for sure. Check out truckride.ca. And then the Trucking Network Mega Job Fair, September 23rd, back at the Pearson Convention Center in Brampton. You can learn more about the Trucking Network events.ca. Bridging the Barrier event in Mississauga, Ontario, September 25th, 26th. And you can learn more about that at Women's Trucking Federation of Canada.net. They got some great speakers there. PMTC is having their fall golf tournament September 26th. You can go to pmtc.ca. 104DC is having their truck display in September. Usually it's in September. It's at the National Monument in Fredericksburg, Virginia. You can learn more about that at 104dc.org. Driver Check is having their Fitness for Duty Summit. Haven't announced a date yet, but you can learn more about that at drivercheck.ca. Fleet Safety Council has moved their conference to October 27th. And that's going to be in Brampton, Ontario. You can learn more about that at fleetsafetycouncil.com. The Atlantic Truck Show is, I'm not sure what date that is, but go to atls.ca. ISB Biz and Breakfast usually happens in Milton around the end of in November, so isbglobalservices.com. Bordertown Working Truck Show and Shine is one that we've never been to, but they have a Facebook page. You can check that out. And Road Today Job Fair is usually at the International Center, and you can go to trucknews.com to learn more about that. That's what we've got for all of the events happening for the end of the end of the year. As you know, we update our event calendar every month, so you can check that out. And we've moved that too, just to let you know. The event calendars now, remember we used to have a separate section for event calendars. Now it's all under what's new, because we just put it in the show notes of the day that we talk about on the podcast. We had it separate before, so now we're putting it there. So check what's new on the podcast if you want to find out all about those events. But they're all there with their links, so you can go through and check them out. All right, so that brings us to the end of another What's New at the beginning of a great new month. Happy Easter again to everybody. And we look forward to seeing you on our road tour, checking you out on our fan club, or even having you listen to our radio shows. We hope you enjoy it. Come by and say hello at an event. Always happy to say hello to our fan club and listeners and see who's supporting us. And we hopefully you're enjoying the program when we got here. Hey, the best way to keep up to us is through our app, of course, Lead Pedal Media app. All you have to do is download it. You can go to your Apple Store or go to your Google Play Store and just look for it. Now, in the Google Play, you might see two. You might see Lead Pedal Radio and Lead Pedal Media. Either app will work, but Lead Pedal Radio is only the radio station. Lead Pedal Media is our radio station, our podcast, our YouTube channel, our fan club, all of that in the one app. So you might want to check that out for sure. So, all right. So, and then of course we're on social: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find us on LinkedIn, TikTok, and you can find me. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find us on TikTok. Anyway, stay up to date with our programming. Join our Facebook group on Facebook. That would make sense, right? A Facebook group on Facebook. There you go. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you're enjoying our programming, and we really appreciate your support. Have a great one, and we'll see you next time.
This has been another episode of the Lead Pedal Podcast. For more information or to subscribe to the podcast, visit theleadpedalpodcast.com and be sure to follow the